An interesting client for us, one of the more interesting ones, they were actually really local here to us in Southern California. The CPA had a practice here in the Orange County area. She and a financial planner were looking to joint venture and buy a firm in San Diego. That firm in San Diego was about 4 times larger than the firm that she had here in Irvine. And they were very eager and very aggressive in wanting to buy this practice in San Diego. And again, I had to kind of slow them down and say, hey, let's make sure that we're going to be making the right decisions. So I interviewed the CPA, before I even found much about anything about the San Diego practice. I wanted to find out from her, hey, what are your expectations? And she lived in a town not too far from actually where my office is. Her office wasn't too far from here either in Orange County. These are all areas I'm very familiar with. Her intention was to go down to San Diego and work that firm, maybe 1 or 2 days a week. And it was an old firm that had been there for a long time, and the clients were used to showing up in the office and dropping things off and getting to know them. It was also a firm that was predominantly the client base was a Chinese background, so the people needed to speak the language. This particular person did do that, so she definitely fit the bill there. But she wasn't too excited about driving down to San Diego, which is about an hour and a half from where she was, on anything more than a once or twice a week basis. And as I explained to her, as I said, you have a practice here that's going to be about 20% of your overall firm now. So I would imagine you're going to have to spend 80% of your time at least in San Diego at the beginning, probably more than that, and have at least this, your practice up here under control and get some help with that. So the structure on this was interesting. Ultimately, the seller decided to go in another direction and not sell to my clients. As I explained to my clients, I thought that, the seller did them a favor by not selling them that business because I did not think that's going to be a good fit for them. They ultimately found one up in the Los Angeles area that did exactly fit the bill. Language, client base, everything, and much easier commute back and forth. You can get up and back to LA if you take the right, you can do it in half an hour if you leave at the right time, or it can take you 4 hours if you leave at the wrong time. But the reality of it is much easier for them to navigate and manage those two firms and integrate them in together. Firm in Los Angeles is a little bit smaller, more inclined, more like hers. So they really kind of doubled in size. They didn't have this huge explosion of work and that was so far away. So again, success because we were able to guide them to the right deal, guide them away from what was potentially going to be the wrong deal.